Hey, for all of you who don't know me, I'm Alex Zen. I just started a YouTube and a Twitch account. Trying to get a new kind of, thing out there. I know everyone rants and I know everyone has their own opinions, and I think that's great. I think there's not enough of that going on, and I just want to make sure I can hear myself. That's why I have this headset going on. Anyways, I have an issue with the monopoly that is the internet companies. Basically, one is always buying out the other, or one is moving out of town or out of the state or what have you. And here in wonderful Texas, there's only really one option. That's for my region, it's Time Warner. Some of you might know what Time Warner is, and you might not. It's basically the same thing as Comcast or a number of other things. And long story short, I was trying to get an appointment with them to get internet. I moved from an apartment to a house, and basically they're like, yeah, if you want to save a few bucks, instead of having a technician come out and hook it up for you, you can just stop by the downtown office and pick up a modem. It will be good to go. Your internet already has, your house is already having a signal. You're going to be fine. I was like, all right, let's do that. So I go in and do that, and I call about a week or 2 weeks before my move-in date. At the same time, I'm canceling my service at the other house. So there's a grace period, and it's understandable for that. But when I officially move into the new house, I don't have internet. That whole weekend, I don't have internet. And I call Time Warner, and they're like, oh, we have an appointment for you on the 20th of August, blah, blah, blah. And this was like 6 or 7 days after I moved in. They already knew my internet wasn't working. Seems kind of ridiculous that they decide to make an appointment for you because they know that what they told you originally is a lie. And not only do they do that, but then they also charge me for it. I know not everyone's involved, and I know not everyone is shady, and again, it could have been just an error, but the thing is, no one told me that they messed up. They're just like, oh, there must have been some confusion. No, you guys completely did a disservice to a customer, and what sucks is I can't do anything about it. They're like, oh, we'll comp you whatever days you don't have internet. Cool, that's the least you can do. You told me I'd have service from this day to this day, and I don't. And it's because of you. Long story short, it went on for quite some time without internet, and they're like, the best we can do is this day between 1 and 2, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm working, and they're like, that's as soon as we can get you. After that, who knows. And I was like, okay, I'll try my best, and I'm a shift worker, and I can't really always dictate my own schedule because of the line of work I'm in, and they told me it should be okay, and of course about 10 minutes before my appointment, they're like, yeah, that's not going to work, so you're going to have to stay here and cancel that. I canceled it, and I called, and I finally got a hold of someone like pretty much within 2 minutes, which is also the shortest wait I've ever had to wait. And this guy, he seemed a little bit, I don't want to say gangster, but he definitely had a little bit of swag to him on the phone, and he was completely legit. Like, he's the only person I've ever had who could help me. And I was like, hey, I'm doing this, and I can't get my appointment, and what can I do? And they're like, oh, in a week or so. And I was like, no. I was like, what can you do? And I was like, there's any way to switch something? He's like, here, just 1 second. Not only was I on hold for less than 2 minutes, but then he also was able to change my appointment to a time that worked for me. And the technician who came out right around the beginning of my, service time, and fixed it like within 30 minutes, and it was really nice and friendly, and I've never really had bad experience with the techs per se, but the thing is they're getting a bad rap just because they're associated with a company like Time Warner. To backtrack, at the very end of my stint with Time Warner here, before I got internet, I was not very happy. At the beginning part I wasn't very happy, but at the end I was very, very satisfied. And I think everyone needs to be treated like that guy, whoever he was. I praised him like no other, and I could tell he was smiling and giggling and being very, very happy about that. And that's awesome. Like, everyone should be told they're doing a good job, and I know that line of work, you probably don't most of the time, mostly because you're incompetent and an idiot. But it's whatever. the very beginning of the story I missed out in saying that I believe that 99% of the time that you're calling a big company for internet needs or cable or whatever else, that you're talking to someone in a different country, and like I had this guy with an Indian accent, his name was Thomas. I'm not saying that every person with an Indian accent, can't be named Thomas, but I find it kind of fishy, and him not understanding English, and then I go talk to his manager who was like Marissa, and she had a thicker accent. I don't know. That's just me. I think it's kind of weird to be talking to someone who literally just going buy a book and being like, have you tried these steps? And I'm like, yes, I've tried these steps. And I'm like, what can I do? And they're like, have you tried these steps? Yes, I have tried these steps. But have you tried these steps? Yes, I have. Thank you. But anyways, I don't think there's anything wrong with being outsourced. It's where the world's going, especially in the U.S. And it is what it is. But I do think that if you're trying to be a successful company and keep customers and everything else, like, you bet your butt, if I can go anywhere else and it's a place that doesn't have Time Warner or has other competitors, it's probably going to go with that. Anyways, thanks for listening. Hope this wasn't too boring for anybody. And if you want to see a dog, Dobby. That's my dog. Sorry for the mess. We just moved in. Alright. Take care.